we're a night earlier than planned. We were going to start doing some hit stuff with the kids on Monday, Wednesdays and Friday mornings, and then we were going to do a little cooking demo on a Tuesday and a Thursday. However, I'm still here and I'm about to cook a lean turkey minced chili, and I thought we might as well get the ball rolling and get our first little tutorial out. I've chosen to do turkey minced chili because turkey mince is cheap, it is high in protein. If you're struggling to get hold of stuff at the minute, and you're worried about your shopping bill, then turkey mince, like I said, is a cheap alternative. High in protein, low in fat, and I'm going to do it very much from scratch. I'm going to make it all kind of very easy to follow. And what we'll do is we'll put the recipe up after we've done this video tonight, and obviously it will stay on the Lily Fitness and Nutrition page, so you can refer back to it if I go too fast. Right guys, all I've just been doing then, as I was chatting away, is just chucked in a little bit of coconut oil to get the process started. So what I'm going to do, a little bit of concurrent activity, get the oil heated in that pan. I'm sticking that on about 6. I've just got a wok ready. Right, I've got my pan ready for my rice a little bit later on. I've got chopping board and knife. I have got onion, pepper, lean turkey mince, tin of tomatoes, lazy garlic. Normally I'd go with fresh garlic, but struggling to get hold of that at the minute. So lazy garlic, that's something else you can keep in your fridge for a long time. It will stay kept well because it's all preserved in vinegar. Salt, pepper, brown rice. I've got some spinach. The kids don't like spinach, but I'm going to shred it up and put it in there, and I'll tell them it's basil. We've got some basil here as well, just to add some flavour. And then I particularly like chilli, so I'm going to bang some chillies in mine. And then finally, this is just a little pot of what's called tapenade. It's a little bit of olives, sun-dried tomatoes. You don't have to add this, guys. It's just something that I've got left over, and it'll add a nice bit of flavour into that. So on that note, though, it's really important at the minute that you think about things that are left over and things that you can utilise in your fridge. All right, obviously, we want to start really thinking about the least waste possible. So look through your fridge, think about what needs to be used first, look at the dates, and really try and make sure you get the best out of everything. Vegetables, guys, if they're starting to go, steam them up, blend them up, let's make a soup. All right. Okay, so what we're going to start with, I'm going to chop the onion up. All right, so I'm going to leave the root of the onion on. All right, so leaving that one on, that will just help keep it all together in a minute when I dice. So what I'm going to do is take it down in half. I'm only going to use about half that onion seasoning. So I'm going to take the skin off. Hope everyone's had a good day, by the way. Okay. Skin coming off, that one's going to go in the hole. Okay, and all I'm going to do with that then is just dice that up. So I'm going to take that down through fingers. Right, I'm going to go down, down, down. Just nice little fingers, so you can see in a minute. I'll show you how that is keeping the onion together. All right, so you can see how that keeps the onion together. All right, and then all I'm going to do now is run the knife through it and dice it up. Cool. Onion done. So I'm going to do the same with the pepper. So what I'm going to do with the pepper again, try not to waste anything. All right, is take the lid of the pepper off. All right, so there I've got the lid. I've got the little green thing, the little green stalk will pop out. Yeah, and I can use all that. No need to chuck that in the bin. Then all I'm going to do with that, let's just take the insides of that pepper out, and I've removed all the crap. Okay, I might take a little bit more of the white stuff in a minute, but ultimately, that's going. Oil's starting to heat up nicely. So if we can get the pepper and the onion in together, so I can get that softened and browned off. So there you go, I'm going to take just a couple of little bits that were left there on that pepper, take those away, so they can go to one side. I'm going to dice it up similar to the onion, so it's all going to cook at a similar kind of tempo. Taking away that white bit again, just going to get rid of that and go straight. Doesn't matter what colour pepper you use, you can go with yellow, orange, red, green, really doesn't matter, guys. I'm just trying to get as much goodness into this as possible. So like I said, I'm using spinach, you could get curly kale into it. You could put baby corn, you could put green beans, you could put runner beans, it really doesn't matter. It's just a really kind of simple way of getting the kids to eat vegetables all in one mixture. Alright, not that my two are too bad. Actually been very, very quiet at the minute. Something must have happened to them. Right, there you go. So, onion, pepper going in. I'm going to turn that heat up a little bit now. Alright, and then I'm going to wait for that to brown off a little bit, then we're going to get a little bit of garlic in there. I'm just going to keep washing my hands. Normally I don't wash my hands as much as you'll see me do tonight, but for obvious reasons, I'm going to keep washing hands between everything that I do. And chuck us a tea towel, camera lady. Come on. Tap. Right guys, so like I said, that's going on in the pan. I'm just doing that with a little bit of coconut oil, about a teaspoon and a half maybe, not a great deal. Right, and now I'm going to go with salt and pepper. A little bit, so I've got Himalayan pink rock salt. Doesn't have to be that one, that's just the one that we like to use. Okay, I'm going to go with a little bit of pepper. Going in. Okay, and I'm just going to keep moving that around. Okay, so as soon as I start seeing a bit of browning coming on into that, that's when I'll start adding my garlic in, because the garlic will burn quite quickly. No one likes burnt garlic. Yeah, so Wednesday morning, we're getting the kids out, hopefully in the garden if the weather stays the same, and we're going to do a 9:30 HIIT session. So if you're not familiar with what HIIT is, it's basically time on, time off, so high intensity interval training. So what we'll do is Brody and I will work for a period of time, 30 seconds, and then the girls will work same exercise for a period of time. We'll work up one on, one off. If you're working out on your own, decide which 30 seconds you're going to roll with, and then maybe just rest for the other 30 seconds. If you've got the kids joining you, okay, just decide who's going to work, who's going to rest, and it'll be a half an hour session just to try and keep everyone fit, motivated, mentally sane, and hopefully, well, Brody's involved. I'm sure we'll all have a good laugh because he's just entertainment throughout. See his version of a press up on Wednesday. Right guys, so that's starting to soften off quite nicely now there, look. Right, so all I'm going to do now is add the courgette. I didn't put the courgette in at the same time, nor did I the spinach, because they both cook quite quickly. Alright, so I'm just going to take the courgette into rings. And the courgette also, oh I lost one, reduces down, lost two. What's going on? Where are my courgettes? It also reduces down in size quite a lot. So you might look at this in a minute and think, well, that's quite big. Right, I'm going to quarter it. Right, but actually, by the time that's all cooked down, that will have reduced down again. So a little round, stick them in a stack, take my knife through them once, turn them, take my knife through them twice. There, I've got my quarters. And they're just going in. So we'll do various different recipes just to keep people engaged. You might have variations of your own. Cooking's all about just playing around with it and seeing what you like, what you enjoy. A lot of chefs come up with some recipes sometimes when they've had things left over and they thought, oh, let's try that out. And actually, it's sometimes the best way. You find that something's going to really work. But like I'm saying, that tapenade in a minute, that one's going to go in. Right, so let's just turn that around. There you go, so we've got the onions, garlic, salt, pepper, orange pepper, courgette. And again, I'm going to use all of that courgette. I'm going to take it right up to the root, so nothing is wasted. We don't like waste. Right, so I know I'm about 20 minutes out now from being finished, so it's a good time for me to get that brown rice on. It doesn't have to be brown rice, but we're using Brown rice this evening. I'm going to stick that in. Now I'm actually going to do the lot because then I've got rice all cooked off that can stay in the fridge for the rest of the week to go with some other things, maybe go with some lunch things, right? And there's a big thing about reheating rice. Guys, if you know where that rice has come from, you know the history of that rice, i.e. when it's been cooked, how many times it's been cooked. There's no reason why you can't heat it up, right? It's when it's come from a takeaway, when it's come from your local Chinese or your Indian, and you don't know how many times that rice has been reheated. That's when you get a problem with it, because it's porous and it holds bacteria. I'm going to cook that off tonight. I'll have it with a meal, whatever's left over. I'll get into the fridge as soon as I can, get it down to a decent temperature, and then I will reheat that to about 3 minutes in the microwave, about 1,000 watt microwave, so it's piping hot through, and I will have no worries about using that. Right, so let's get that mince in. Might need a little bit more oil in a minute. Take your paper out, no one wants to eat that. Right, so I'll start whitening that turkey mince off. Right, now turkey mince, or turkey generally, is quite bland, right, because it hasn't got a lot of fat in it. Now fat is where flavour comes from. So you take a nice juicy piece of steak that's got lots of marble and lots of fat running through it, you're going to get lots of flavour. Whereas turkey, obviously with a very low fat content, can be quite bland and can be quite boring, which is why we need to get plenty of flavour into it. The salt, the pepper, the garlic, the basil, which will go in a minute. No reason why you can't use some other herbs. How about coriander? Get some coriander in there. What about some of your dry herbs? Go for your dry herb cupboard. Dried basil is not as flavoursome as fresh basil, but hey, during the apocalypse. Right, garlic we're done with. Right, just going to brown that off. As soon as that's all browned off, that's when we'll start getting our tomato sauce into it. So there you go. I'm going to salt the rice. I'm going to fill that up. So I'm going to fill it about 1 centimetre above the top of the rice, maybe 1 inch. Never been good with measurements. Excuse the noise. Right, top going on it. It just cooks that a little bit quicker. Okay, I'm going to bring that back to the boil now, so I'm going to get that nice and hot. Once I've got it to the boil, then I'll just drop it down to a simmer. Right, so that is starting to whiten away there. If you want to have a quick look, yeah, I'm starting to lose the pink. So as soon as I've lost all the pink and I've seen that that turkey's all browned off all the way over, or whitened off, however you want to put it, that's when I'm going to chuck in my other bits. Well, we haven't got any kidney beans at the minute. Kidney beans are something else that you'll find very hard to get hold of. However, everyone likes baked beans. I like baked beans. One of your 5 a day. There you go. So, in a minute I'm going to get those in as well. That's one of the things that we didn't add just a minute ago. So, like I said, if you haven't got kidney beans, chili beans, you can always chuck in baked beans. Right, so that's to the boil, so I'm going to take that down to a simmer. Salt and pepper I've done with. In fact, I'll keep those out actually just a taste in a minute, see how they're getting on. Let's chuck those 2 runaway courgettes in the bin. Wash hands again. Cool. Right, if you want to have a look at that again, that is now nicely whitened off by the odd bit. So, tapenade. Like I said, tapenade, guys, that is basil, olives, sun-dried tomatoes. Mine's got a little bit of chili and a little bit of balsamic in it as well. Loads and loads of flavour in that, so I don't need loads of it because that will give me a good hit. You don't need it, right? You don't have to have it. It's just something I had left over in my fridge. So if you didn't join us at the beginning, what I was saying to people is, if you've got stuff in your fridge to use, right, have a mess around with it. See what it goes, how it goes, sorry. Get it in there, give it a try. Right, so next, tin tomatoes. things, guys. Very good to keep those all stocked up in your cupboards. No requirement to bulk buy, obviously. However, if I see you in the shops with hordes of tins, I might throw one at you. However, they are a good thing to have in your cupboard. We survived the First and Second World War on tin products. Cool. So, onions, pepper, courgette, garlic, baked beans, tin of tomatoes, salt and pepper, all in. Rice on boil. Okay, there you go. So I'm just going to let that bubble away then for a minute. Oh. Cool. Right, so get rid of that. Let's have a quick clean down. So bar the rice, guys, that's just going to bubble away there now. And that's pretty much good to go. So, good way to get the spinach in. Okay, so what we're going to do, slice it up. And it really shred it up. Right, spinach wilts down to very little, right, so do a lot more than you think. That again, just to get it nice and small. So we're not going to lose any of the goodness in that because it's going to cook into that dish, into that chilli. Oh, sorry, I'm going to take my finger again. Give a little cut on my finger. Right, so I'm going to stir that in before any of the children come downstairs and identify that it is spinach. So that's going in there. So now we've got, if we're thinking about one of your 5 a day now, we've got a tin of tomatoes, we've got a tin of beans, we've got onions, we've got peppers, we've got courgette, we've got spinach. All stuff that's really, really good for you. It's going to keep your immune system working and going. Okay, so that's that one. Okay, I'm going to go with the basil. So I'm going to slice up the basil very similar to what I just did with the courgette. That's just to add flavour. Then I'm going to chop up some chilli, some finger chillies. Brody and I like it, but the girls don't. So what we're going to do is pop that to one side. And we shall sprinkle that as we choose in a little bit. So I'll put that in a little side dish and we can tap into that. Watch, this side dish is just going to appear now, ready? Voila, look at that. I like this assistant. Right, for my next trick. Right, so that's bubbling away a little bit too much now, so I'm going to turn that down. About 6, give it a stir, make sure it's not sticking at the bottom. However, if you've got good pans, it won't. It's going to get that quick clean again. Right guys, so that went on about 5 minutes ago. Going to give that 20 minutes. We're going to cut off here for a second. So in 20 minutes time we'll come back. In the meantime I'll write this up for you so I can post it up alongside. See you in about 20.